Just saw Bryce Sarton take a jump. His first jump, 19 feet 5 inches. Currently puts him in second. See what he gets for this mark. And that moves him up 19 feet 9 inches. He's our new leader for flight number 1. We have 2 flights today. We are going with the farther jumpers first. Saw John with the jump there. Work on improving that quality if we can. So John's first jump, 18.6. John, the junior from Sauhegan. And that jump, 18.10. That's going to put him in third position. Again, these guys are working on their second jumps. You can see Lyric Perez coming down the straight of the runway now. He's got a legal jump. He's jumped 17 feet and 16.3 already today. Some of these guys you will see a little bit out of order. They'll kind of switch around depending on checking in, checking out of other events and various other things going on. But we see that he just got 16.8, so not quite his best. He had 17. Just saw Tyrese Stanley from Keene. His first jump was 16.1, second jump 15.9. That was his third attempt, and he got 14 feet 8 inches on it. Next is going to be Nicholas Pertucci of Lebanon. First jump was 15 feet 5.5 inches. Second jump 13 feet 8 inches. That is his third attempt. $14 feet and change. We'll get the official in just a moment. And there it is on your screen, 14 feet even. No change needed. So his best jump was his first. Now we're on to Vaughn Larson of Somersworth. His first jump, 17 feet 1 inch, is his best right now. Second jump was 17 feet. Looks like we're getting a measurement on this one as well. And that was 15 feet 3 inches for Vaughn Larson. Again, his best jump was his first. Most guys, it's been that way so far. Looks like Ryan Stone is going to be up next. Each of these guys getting 4 jumps today. So Ryan Stone, his first jump, 18 feet 0.5, 18 feet half inch. Second jump, 17 feet 2.5 inch. Third jump is legal for a good mark. Right now, he is sitting in 5th spot. Junior from Sauhegan. can see his last attempt, 17 feet, 8.5 inches. So his best attempt still his first, 18 feet and a half inch. Back to Bryce Sarton of Co-Brown, the senior, currently leading the competition. His last jump is his best, 19 feet, 9 inches. Both jumps so far in the 19s. Third jump for Bryce, however, tops those. He is at 20 feet, 4 inches. Again, sitting in that first spot. Second place right now is Andrew, who is up now. Hollis Brookline, the junior, his best jump, 19 feet, 6.5 inches. Second jump was 18:10. Third jump coming at us now. Let's see where this one measures up. We can see that was a 19 feet even, so his best jump was his first. Still one more jump to go as these guys get 4 jumps today. Looking at John Katzel of Sauhegan, another junior. His best attempt, 18 feet, 10 inches. That was his second jump. This is his third. Had room left on the board. Still gets a legal mark, though. And can see 18 feet, 8.5 inches. His best, still his second. Still sitting in third place. Going to jump back to Lyric Perez. Of note, fourth place, Alex Dixon has checked out. Only one jump in for him so far as we see Lyric Perez jump. Nashua North Junior. His best jump coming into it, 17 feet. That was his first jump. Second and third jumps were in the 16-foot range. His fourth and final jump of the competition. 16 feet, 1 inch, so his first was his best. Von Larson up next. And he was ready to go. Von Larson's best jump, 17 feet, 1 inch. His first jump. Second jump, 17 feet even. Third jump, 15.3. We'll see what the fourth one has in store for him as we get the official mark. 16 feet, 1 inch. So this would be Ryan Stone, his best jump, 18 feet, half inch. That was his first jump as well. Second and third jumps, both in the 17. This is his fourth attempt. Jumping before got to the board, looked like. And Ryan Stone's last attempt is his best of the day, 18 feet, 1 inch for him. Still sitting in that fifth spot. Sixth place has jumped already. Their best was 17:10. So he's looking like he's got that fifth spot wrapped up. We'll see what's up with the top 4. There's still a couple of guys, 9th and 10th right now, who have not had their final jumps. They must have checked out. But right now, Bryce Sartan, our leader from Co-Brown, is behind the board as well. His best jump was his last jump, 20 feet, 4 inches. Each jump he has increased. See what the fourth and final attempt has for Bryce. And 19 feet, 3 inches, so his best, 20 feet, 4 inches. Andrew of Hollis Brookline, this is his fourth attempt, currently sitting in second, 19 feet, 6.5 inches. See if he can get into the 20-foot zone. Looks like we had a fault there, just a bit over. So he will not take first. He might be able to hold on to second. We'll see what John has to say about it, as he is up now, junior from Sauhegan. His best attempt, 18-10. In order to move from third to second, he's got to beat that 19, 6.5 set by Andrew. He's coming down the runway now. Ended up going to the side a little bit. That's okay. Behind the board for that attempt, at least from my angle. His best 18-10 today. And his fourth and final jump, 18 feet, 6 inches. So his best jump was his second, 18-10. Again, he is sitting in that third position. And right now we've got a number of guys checked out. Looks like waiting on 3 jumpers to get back on over. First meeting of the season, so they might be a little bit loose with the rules. However, at this point, a clock does start for these jumpers to return. And looks like we're just going to go ahead and move on to second flight. Those guys checking out for first flight might be welcomed into the second flight to get their jumps as needed. We'll see what the officials are feeling today. As we see these warm-ups, gonna step away. We'll keep it live. We'll be back with some commentary once this flight number 2 takes off. Looks like we are up again for flight number 2. That's Tristan's first jump. Tristan from Newport. Next up would be Cameron Simpson of Newport, senior. Sounds like a foul, so we'll move right down the list. Next would be Jesse Wadamina of Somersworth. We'll see Jesse's mark, 10 feet, 11 inches. We've got Josh of Conant, the sophomore, up now. You can see Josh's attempt, 11 feet, 7 inches. Take a look at Deshaun Bailey now of Somersworth. He's got a legal mark. "12 feet, 7 inches for Deshaun.
Attention all athletes, can we please get the girls 55-meter dash athletes to come?
So the attempt there from Cooper Russell of Sanborn, 15 feet, 2 inches. Nice looking attempts from this flight. That will put him in second for the flight. George of Sanborn, 50, foul. Ben Kelly, Nashua North, coming down.
Girls dash.
Not bad on the board.
And listen carefully to the doctor.
And Ben Kelly, legal jump, 16 feet, 5 inches. Next would be Harrison O'Neill of Co-Brown. It's a good mark. And Harrison's first attempt, 16 feet, 7 inches, the best from our second flight. We're going to move on to second attempts. Looks like we got a couple of guys checked out of this one or did not start this one, wasn't there at check-in. And we've got a real rapid-fire jump from Tristan. His second jump, again, his first jump, 15 feet, 8 inches. Sophomore from Newport. And his second attempt betters that by a bit, 17 feet even. Top now for this flight. And that jump from him actually puts him in 9th overall, so he's going to pass some of the guys from the previous heat, or previous flight, excuse me. Just Cameron Simpson jump. His first jump was a foul. It's good to see him get a legal one in, 13 feet 11 inches, as we move on to Jesse of Somersworth. Again, his first attempt was 10 feet 11 inches. That was his second jump, 10 feet 3 inches, so not as good as his first. Running at us now, that's Josh from Conant.
The following athletes have qualified for the 55
His first attempt was 11 feet 7 inches.
From Souhegan, Heidi Dimambro. From Souhegan, Mary Howell. From Nashua North, Tiana Brown. From Co-Brown, Bristol,
Second
Charlotte.
attempt, 11 feet 7 inches, same as before. Moving on, we see Deshaun Bailey of Somersworth. His first attempt, 12 feet 7 inches. Second attempt is a clean mark. Get our measurement in just a moment. Thomas 13 feet 6.5 inches, so he improves his score from his first jump. Next, we're going to take a look at Cooper. Cooper Russell landing into the pit there. His first attempt was 15 feet 2 inches. These guys are going rapid fire back to back. Love to see that as a spectator. And Cooper's attempt, 15 feet even, so his first one has got his second beat by 2 inches. Back to George. Sanborn Regional. First attempt was a foul. Second attempt is legal. We'll get a mark here for George. And 16 feet 2 inches. Ben Kelly, Nashua North, starts his approach. Sounded like good contact with the board, but is a foul. Just a toe over there for Ben Kelly. This first jump, 16.5, is going to stand for now. Next is going to be Harrison O'Neill, Co-Brown. $16.7 was his first attempt. Has a mark on this one as well. And he finishes out the second attempts with a 15-10. We'll run back to the top of the order for our third attempt. Again, these guys all get 4 attempts at it. So back up to Tristan of Newport. His best jump was his last one at 17 feet. That looked like it has potential for a pretty good jump as well. $16.10, so not quite as good as his previous. Cameron Simpson now up. His best jump was his last 13 feet 11 inches.
Up next is the boys hurdle. We're going to go up to the really visible black and head towards the finish line.
14 feet 4.5 inches. All right, folks. I think we are back, maybe. Apologies on that. We did lose power in the facility here. Lost both our streams, but we are back now. We'll get everything back up in just a moment. So we just saw Tristan's fourth jump, 17 feet 4 inches. See if we can adjust the camera just a little bit. And I think we are back just in time for gap. Looks like we are missing some athletes. You can see we do have a break here. Looking at what we had from this heat, Tristan had his fourth attempt. We see that on the screen now, 17 feet 4 inches. Cameron Simpson would be next. Though I'm not convinced all of my live results are updating. So we're going to go ahead and leave it here. I'm going to step away for just a moment and see if we can't sort out what is going on. All right, that looks like Orlando just took his first jump. So we see Orlando's jump, 14 feet 2 inches there. Again, majority of the guys might have stepped away for our dash and hurdles, so we could just be kind of doing a pause on our long jump right now. Can take a look over. Can see does not. We might have a high jumper in the area. So looks like both of those field events have kind of stalled out a little bit. We can see we've got some hurdlers jumping around. If you are not aware and you're tuning in to us right now, there is a live stream of all of the track events today. We're doing just some select long jump today, but we see these guys in their blocks. We'll see just how much of this we can follow. Pretty good race there. I believe we just saw Crowell winning that. So again, if you want all of the track action, there is another stream going on for that. Crowell's time, 8:26, does take heat number 1, and they're moving hurdles, which tells me that was finals. These guys posing up for a photo. So Crowell 8:26, Lee 8:47. Can go ahead, throw it back over to long jump, take a look, make sure we're not missing anything. I'm looking at long jump, looking at high jump, not seeing anything going on just yet. Bar is down for high jump. Not the best angle, but we can see shot put is going on, so we'll take a look at shot put. And in fact, we've got some live results for our shot put, so we can go ahead and see what is going on over there. Looks like Annabelle Cassidy Merrimack, this sophomore, is up now. And by up now, looks like she just gave it a toss. Her first throw was at 25 feet 2 inches. Second throw, 24 feet. And her third and final throw, her best, 25 feet 4.5 inches. So nice job to her on that, improving her mark with her final attempt. Looks like we've got Lily Anderson of Merrimack now up. Her first attempt was her best, 29 feet 9.5 inches. Second attempt, 29 feet 9 inches even. So very consistent with that. We'll see what she has with the spin on her third attempt. She is sitting in second place right now. Again, first place, Callie Dixon, 32 feet 11.5 inches. So she'd need a little bit of an improvement to do that. Not unheard of, and actually a pretty decent improvement. 31 feet 1.5 inch for her third and final throw. Callie Dixon now back into the circle for Newport. Junior here, this is going to be her second throw. Her first throw was a 32 11.5. That is holding the rest of the competition at bay. Sitting in first, looking to improve upon that mark. And 32 feet 4.5 inches. So still a good throw, not as good as her first. We'll move down to Isabel Grenier's throw. This will be her third throw for Co-Brown. Her last throw was her best throw, 29 feet 8 inches. And Isabel's third throw. 29 feet, 10.5 inches. That is her best on the day. We're going to move back to our leader. And our leader is the only one who hasn't had 3 throws yet, so we know she's going to go ahead and win things today. Callie Dixon. Looking to improve upon 32 feet, 11.5 inches. She threw in her first throw of the day. Final attempt, 31, 1.5 inches. So Callie wins this one, 32 feet, 11.5 inches. Lily gets second, 31, 1.5. Isabel Grenier, 29, 10.5 for third. And it looks like that is going to be the end of our girls' shot put. We are just moments away from our girls' long jump starting up. They've finished their warm-ups. And we get a mark there. I believe that would be Brooke of Co-Brown. So her first attempt, 13 feet, 9 inches. The next up will be Curry of Co-Brown. Jaslyn, the sophomore. And her first attempt is a foul. Next on the runway looks to be Tessa Kachukas of Co-Brown.
Stand on the blocks, please. Can I get everyone who's in this area right here to please take a knee for the finals? I would like parents to be able to see from the outside edge. We have in lane 1, Riley Hawks, lane 2, Sarah Fry, lane 3, Allison Fry, lane 4, Janelle Thomas, lane 5, Gloria
That
Clark,
appeared to
lane
be
6, Brandon
a
Noble,
foul
lane
as
7,
well.
Lady Manning, and lane 8, Jenny Lutz.
It looks like that was Mary Howell of Sauhegan, the senior, her first attempt. And we can see she had an attempt 13-10 at Shannon Ross of Co-Brown with her first. 13-10 from Mary Howell puts her in first place over Brooke Co-Brown. Only 2 with legal jumps thus far. Shannon Ross, however, does get a legal attempt in, and she's going to get it at 13 feet 1 inch. Puts her in the 3rd spot. Next is going to be Maggie of Co-Brown. Looks to be a foul for Maggie. Next will be Sophia of Keene, sophomore.
From Monadnock, Gavin Lamara. From Hollis Brookline, Samuel Bruneau. From Nashua North, Luke Peters. From Merrimack, Luca Cable. from Stevens to Karen D.
Moving on to the boys 55, we have Cameron Lee in lane 1. Toby
Sophia.
in lane 2 of National 1.
That will be a foul.
Monadnock in lane 3. Samuel Bruneau of Hollis Brookline lane 4.
And a lot of fouls in this girls' first flight of long jump.
Of Merrimack in lane 6. And
Next is going to be Maddox Lovely of Newport, senior.
Kieran Peak of Stevens in lane 8. We'll wait here for them
She
to
is our top
board
seed
boys final.
today. Comes in with a mark 16 feet 9 3/4 of an inch. Our leader right now is at 13:10. Looks to be a legal jump. Let's see what we have from Maddox here.
That's what I would go to. Anything that's above 400, definitely. Maybe the 500. 500's totally okay.
15 feet 11 inches. That will put her in the first spot.
600 and up.
We have the final in the boys dash in lane 1. Cameron Lee, lane 2, Colby Ferry, lane 3, Gavin Lombard, lane 4, Samuel Bruneau, in lane 5, Luke Peters, lane 6, Luca Cable,
So again, the top
lane
time
7,
coming in
Ethan
is
Damari.
Bruneau from the prelims at 6.74. Everyone in this heat is under 7, besides Cameron Lee with 7.02 and Heath 7.03. They barely missed the mark in prelims.
All right, next will be Margaret Noble of Hollis Brookline. This will be her first attempt. We've got 4 girls without attempts thus far. Everyone else with 1 on the books.
I would assume, yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of guys around him, but he's definitely far ahead of his time. He had a pretty dominant jumping in the opening.
So again, this is Noble of Hollis Brookline, her first attempt. Behind the board, and her jump was good for 11 feet 10 inches. Puts her in the 5th spot right now. Sarah Fry of Nashua North is next. She is ready to go.
We're off. It's going to be close. I think Sam did it. I think Sam's got it, but it was a lot closer.
Clean attempt there.
Start that we've seen from him. Yeah, Bruneau, 6.7.
Sarah Fry, her first attempt.
6.82.
And a good one. Good for 15 feet 8 inches. That catapults her into 2nd place. Again, Maddox Lovely is leading 15-11, so Sarah's attempt just 3 inches shy of that. Means with 4 attempts on the day, we might see a little back and forth. We'll see how close they can get to each other, but right now we can see Jenny Lutz on the runway for Lebanon, the senior.
For the boys 55-meter dash, so short sprints are now done. Now moving on to the girls 1K, where we'll have
Good
2
mark, a little short of the board, so room on the run-up.
group at the top, all under 320. Rosalie Neveau, Caitlin Stalker, and Charlotte Wilson, all in heat 2. Something to look for there, but pretty tight.
And Jenny's jump, good for 5th, 13 feet 8.5 inches. Go back up, take a look at Brooke. This will be her 2nd attempt, her first attempt, 13.9. Brooke from Co-Brown coming down the runway.
Anybody who's on lanes 1, 2, 3.
She's got room to move up. Not sure if she scraped the board or not.
Olivia Zadakis, Edda DeVergilio,
Brooke currently sitting in 4th.
and
And that jump, 13.5, not going to improve. but consistent nonetheless. This will be second attempt here from Margaret Noble of Hollis Brookline.
51, excuse me.
Her first attempt, 11 feet 10 inches. And somersaults in the pit after just a toe or two over the board. Foul for her second attempt. Next will be Jaslyn Curry, Co Brown.
For all the parents and family members, if you would like to get online results, we have those at SSTresults.com. And there's the
So Jaslyn Curry.
Surprised to see this for
Again, this will be an improvement. No mark going into her second attempt. And 15-3. So that will put her in third position now.
that was the Curly Hollis Brookline up in front.
It's our third jumper in that 15 mark as we see Tessa Kudalitis with her second attempt is a foul. Same as her first. Hopefully she can get her step squared away as we can turn our attention now to Mary Howell of Souhegan, the senior, sitting in fourth with a 13-10. On the board, gets a mark.
Looks like Smith is taking the lead here away from Curly.
14 feet 6 inches. Will not move her up in the standings, but a improvement over her last attempt.
Sizable lead now after 2 laps.
This is going to be Shannon Ross with her second attempt. First attempt was a 13 feet 1 inch. She takes off behind the board.
Now coming up on 2 laps to go.
And bottom of your screen, I'm going to call him out. Davio DeLuca, he's taking some photos this afternoon. Shout out to him. Might recognize the name if you followed along in cross country. Did the faster series. Shannon Ross's last jump, 12 feet 2 inches, as you can see on the screen. This is Maggie Go Brown. Maggie Escabi gets a legal mark for her second attempt.
1, 2, 3, and 5. So that's Posh, Stonesmore, Stern, and Curly all lined up together.
And 14 feet 5 inches for her. That pushes her up to 5th place now. I'm going to move on to Sophia of Keene. Sophomore fouled the first attempt. We'll see what she has as she approaches her second jump.
Yeah, I mean, they're all seated around the same time as each other. So
Short of the board, but clean for a mark.
did that and made them kind of work together to see how well they can aid each other here. Smith goes through about 2:57, and that was the bell.
And she gets a 14 feet 5 inches. That puts her in a tie for 5th.
Called by Curly. Excuse me, and then I believe that is
And Sarah Fry currently in second. This will be her second jump. First jump was a 15.8. 3 inches behind first place. And just a toe over for a foul. We've got a hard angle we're looking at, but if it looks like it's close, it's definitely going to be over. The way that board is split, hard to tell, but there is white and yellow there. White is good. If you cross over into that yellow, that is a foul.
coming in second is Dunsmore.
Jenny Lutz of Lebanon. First attempt was 13 feet 8.5 inches.
Curly, 3:56.
Behind the board, she'll get a legal mark out of this one.
6:39. Stern, 3:59.90. Posh, 4 flat 82. Calif, 4:06.98. Virgilio,
And that is 13.4.5 for her. Maintains her position in the rankings for our first flight. Looks like we've got Maddox Lovely, Newport, back on the runway. She is currently leading 15-11 on her first jump. This is her second attempt. And it is a foul.
Up next on the track is the second heat of the girls, 1,500 meter.
To close out that first heat of the girls 1K, and now here we are again. The top
This is
girls at
Brooke of Co-Brown. Her best is 13.9, got it on her first attempt. This will be her third attempt. She's the first to have those third attempts. Well behind the board there.
Three of the four top seeds are from National North.
Looks like she'll consult Coach Larson on that one as she gets a 13-3 there and definitely had room to move up. Noble now on the runway. Her best 11.10 happened on her first jump. Second jump was a foul. We'll see what she has for her third of 4 jumps. It's behind the board, so she will get the mark there. And I believe it's going to move her up quite a bit. See what the official is on this. 13 feet, 11 and a half inches for Noble. That puts her in 7th now. And Curry is back up for Co-Brown. Currently sitting in 3rd with 15.3. Got it on her previous jump. This is her 3rd. Looked like a pretty good spot on the board.
Yeah, that chase pack is pretty tight knit.
15 feet, 7 inches does improve her previous mark. She is still in 3rd by an inch. And just like that, Tessa's going. And gets another foul. And move back to Mary Howell. Sauhegan, her 3rd attempt. She's currently sitting in 4th spot. 14.6 is her best. Again, 3rd is 15.7. We saw Curry jump just a moment ago. See if Mary can improve by foot and change and move up a spot. Room to move up with the steps, but good for a legal mark. And 13 feet, 10 inches for her. Second jump still her best. Looking at Shannon Ross running at us now. 13.1 is her best thus far. Get a clean mark on that one.
Now looks like Bo is taking back control. I mean, you've got one left to go. Whoever's up front is going to need to hit hard. Both of them are moving. All 3 of them are moving very well. 247 with one left to go.
And Shannon Rouse, 13.10. That is an improvement and moves her up in the standings a couple of spots. See Maggie Escabi now of Co-Brown. Her best 14.5 currently sits in 5th. Inch behind at 4th place. Also tied at that 5th mark. See if she has difference maker here. 15.2. That is her best and moves her up to 4th now. Breaks that tie. Sophie of Keene on the runway. Her best 14.5 happened her last attempt. This is her 3rd. Behind the board, but gets a clean mark out of it. Steps forward, being sure not to fall backwards. And 14.7, that will push her into 5th now.
That's your official results for the
Sarah Fry currently in second. This will be her third attempt.
Attention athletes, girls 600. Girls 600, please check in. Another polite advertisement for Mr. Nielsen. If you're currently not competing in an event, please remain on the outside. We appreciate that.
And just a hair over for a foul for Sarah.
2 heats before we lead up to what
Move to Jenny Lutz, her third attempt. Senior from Lebanon. Her best attempt thus far, 13 feet 8.5 inches, happened on her first jump. Second jump was a 13 4.5. Third attempt coming now. Looks to be legal. And she gets an improvement there. 14-8 for her. That moves her into fifth spot. Fifth has been the hot seat today as it keeps changing. Right now, Maddox Lovely is in first. Her third attempt. Best jump thus far, 15-11. That happened on her first attempt. And looks to be a good mark. Second attempt was that foul. Good to see her back on the board. And 15-10.5, half inch shy of her first jump. But still, she remains at top spot. Curry, she's currently in third with a 15-7. So 4 inches from the lead. That is within range for a long jumper. Looked good on the board. 15-7 was her previous attempt, 15-3 before that. And Jaslyn Curry, 15 feet 4 inches for her fourth and final jump. So third will be the best she can do on the day. Mary Howell now up for Souhegan, her best 14.6. That happened on jump number 2. Jump number 3 was a 13.10. See if she can get back into that 14-foot range. A good mark for her. All 4 of her jumps today legal. And 14 feet even to finish out the day. So her best on the day was a 14.6. Move on to Maggie of Co-Brown. 15.2 is her own mark to beat. Happened on her last jump. Yeah, 14.7 for her fourth and final attempt. So her third jump, 15.2, is going to be her top mark on the day. And we'll move down the list to currently sitting in sixth. This is going to be Sophia of Keene. 14.7 was her last jump, improving by more than an inch. Will push her up in the standings. Behind the board, but a decent looking jump. And 14.8. That will tie her for fifth. I believe the tiebreaker will go to her at this time. Sarah Fry, Nashua North, now up. Her best jump, 15.8, was her first. This is her final attempt today. just a little over there for her fourth and final attempt. So she's going to have to live with the 15-8 from her first attempt. Currently sitting in second place. No finals today, just 4 jumps. Jenny Lutz of Lebanon. She's at that 14-8. Is in that tie for fifth. You see 6 next to the name because the tiebreaker does not belong to her. She's looking to improve it. Gets a mark. The senior's final attempt of the day goes for 14-4. Her best attempt came on her third jump. This is the fourth and final jump for Maddox Lovely, our leader right now. Her best 15-11 was her first jump. Gets a mark on that board again. Her field series reads 15-11, foul 15-10 and a half. Consistent with those 2 with marks. And her fourth jump, 15-9. So her best was her first. Pretty consistent, though, staying within a couple inches. And it looks like we've got flight 2 hitting the boards for the warm-up. So that will conclude flight number 1. And Maddox Lovely winning the flight, and a good chance will end up winning the meet. Unless someone from the second flight pops a real good one. Could happen. First meet of the season. You never know where you're seated at and what your true potential is for some of those newer athletes. And as they warm up, I'm going to go ahead and step away for just a moment, and I'll leave it on them and might even pan over a little bit of high jump. Yeah, let's take a look at high jump. Looks like that bar has gone up 5'10" now. Keep long jump warm-ups in view so we can keep an eye on that, but definitely want to pay some attention to those high jumpers. Step it away for just a moment and be right back once the girls start back up. close attempt there at 6 feet and high jump. Bar has been moving. The girls heat 2 of the long jump getting their final instructions now.
You got 2 laps though. 139 for 600 is no joke. Patrick Youngs is right on those too. Yeah, no.
Here we go, another attempt at 6 feet.
I mean, we're closing in on sub 210 on the 800. 210, 211 for 800. Yeah. Patrick looks like he's trying to outkick Luke. Freshman's trying to show him up. I think Luke's gonna be able to hold him off, but Patrick's putting the work in. It's gonna be Jocelyn. Jocelyn puts on.
All right, we got another attempt at that 6-foot mark.
Big arms, guys! Big arms! Big arms! Big arms! Please!
Jocelyn. 246. 13. Oh, hold on. There's a.
Ooh,
Wait a second here.
good looking attempt. I've yet to see anyone make this. Doesn't mean anyone has or has not, but.
So Jocelyn winning.
All right, heat or flight rather. Flight number 2 of the girls long jump. Looks like they're about to get going. Keep this split view just for a moment, just so we can kind of keep an eye on that high jump as well. Once you start getting 6 feet, starts getting pretty impressive, so we definitely want to keep an eye on that. That was Caitlin of Nashua North. Her first attempt goes for a foul.
No spikes and.
First heat, girls 600.
Heat of the season, 241, really good. Howie, 30257. Yep, middle lap's definitely killed him, but yeah, but I mean Jocelyn just took him and ran. Quite literally.
It's like Keen.
I definitely thought it'd be closer.
She's got a legal mark there. This should be Ashlyn, a sophomore.
He's got 2 more years under him. He's gonna be lethal next year.
As we see, Sauhegan's going to take another attempt at the high jump. And I believe, not sure if that was second or third attempt at it. I believe it was third, but not positive. Next is going to be Brianna of Lebanon, the sophomore, on the long jump runway. She is good on the board, had a few inches to spare there. But we'll get a legal mark here for her.
Oh yeah, they've got plenty of time. Oh yeah, great job to Jocelyn, and also kudos to Youngs for just pushing Montero ahead.
19 feet, 10 and a half inches.
Impressed with how well he was pushing her.
It's going to be top on this flight thus far.
600, Montero in lane 2.
You can see Honora Swanson of Sauhegan now up. Nashua North just missing over at high jump.
I was unprepared for that. I didn't hear the gun, or I didn't hear our. Yeah, I didn't realize we were already on the line. I'm already right here. So top time here is 2:21.50 in this heat.
I believe that was Gavin of North giving an attempt. I think him and Brody Smith are the only 2 left in this. So we saw Nora Sauhegan, her first attempt. And it was good for 13 feet, 11 and a half inches. Now looking at Arthur, Hollis Brookline on the runway and now in the pit. And I believe high jump is done. So it did not look like either of those guys were able to get that 6-foot mark. So now we can turn our attention back over solely to the pit here as Olivia Hollis Brookline takes her first attempt.
Attention all high jumpers, all high jumpers. Would you be kind enough to come back and please remove your blue tapes? High jumpers, please pick up your blue tape.
And Olivia gets a 12-4 for her first jump. Next is going to be Bridget Jones of Hollis Brookline, freshman, now on the runway. And she gets a mark. Moment, we'll know just what it was. So 11.5 for Sophia. Kira of Merrimack coming down the runway for her first attempt. She got a mark.
Up next is the second heat of the girls 600 meter.
And that was good for 13 feet 3 inches. Looks like we're going to our second attempt now. This is Ashlyn of Keene. Her first attempt was 12 feet 8 inches. Just a hair behind the board, but good for a legal mark. Again, looking to improve on 12 feet 8. "12 feet 4.5 inches for her. Brianna of Lebanon's second attempt. Her first was 9:10.5. Seven-step approach. Didn't have much room on the board. Good use of that runway there. And she gets an 11 feet 9 inches, improving over her first jump. Can now take a look at Nora Swanson of Sauhegan. This will be her second attempt. First attempt was a 13:11.5. See where she is for this. Board definitely makes things more technical for long jump. It's not just running and jumping. You got to be hitting that mark, and you want to be doing it when you're at your top speed. 14 feet 6.5 inches for her. That actually shoots her up overall. When combined with the first flight, that puts her in 7th. 6th place is 14.8, so that is a potential for her, as we just saw Arthur of Hollis Brookline take another attempt. Her first attempt was 11.7. Her second attempt, 11.8, so improves by an inch. Olivia Nichols, Hollis Brookline. First attempt, 12.4. 12.2 for her second jump. A couple inches shy of her first mark. Sophia Conant, 11.95 was her first. On the board for her second.
Haskell finishing 2:22.43. 2 more heats left here. This event.
And 12.6 for her, an improvement. Move up to Kira of Merrimack. Juniors, first attempt was 13 feet 3 inches. Got a bit too much of the board there. Fouled her second attempt. Moving on to attempt number 3 for this crew. And we'll start back with Ashlyn of Keene. Her best 12.8 happened on her first attempt. Second attempt was a 12.4.5. Gets a clean mark on this one again. "12 feet 4 inches for her, so still holding on to that first jump. 12 feet 8 inches as her best. She's currently sitting in 13th overall today. Moved on to Rihanna of Lebanon. 11.9 is her best right now. Looking straight on, interesting penultimate, but it did sound like a shorter step, which is what you want for that last one. Allows your body to collect. You can start dipping your hips early on it, but she gets an 11 feet 1 inch on that. Not quite her best. Still have one attempt left for her. Nora Swanson, sitting in 7th overall. She's going to take her third attempt, 14.6.5. Currently her best. Got that last round.
Lane start. Cut in. Yeah, it didn't even phase me till now. It took me 2 heats to realize that we were in lane.
14 feet 5 inches for her.
This heat's going out pretty quick though.
Now Arthur of Halls Brookline gets a legal mark there. Her best going into it, 11.8.
Going through about 35.
So we saw Olivia there, her best 12.4. That was her third attempt of the day. And 12.9, so she improves, pushes her to 13th overall. Sophia of Conant now up, her best 12 feet 6 inches.
Kick there. I think that's barrel. Could be wrong. I can't see a hip number.
Attention all athletes, the first and final call for the girls 300. Girls 300, please check in at the seating table.
12 feet 5 inches, so consistent. Kira of Merrimack now. Her best jump was her first, 13 feet 3 inches. Her third attempt, unfortunately, same as her second, both fouls. As we can move on to Nora Swanson. And our fourth jumps here. Her best happened on her second attempt, 14.6.5. Another inch and a half more, she moves up into the top 6. It's a mark, we'll see what it is.
Final
14 feet 9 inches. That actually pushes her up into 5th place overall. So she'll be happy with that jump.
So again, the top times in here are about 145, 146, all held by Thurlow, Bergen, and Lovett. So those would be the three to watch out for in this race.
And looks like
We're looking for Bridget Jones.
we're going to be looking for some people.
Come back to the long jump. Jones and Proctor. On your mark.
Here we go, the fourth and final heat of the 600 meters for girls.
So again, Swanson did move herself into 5th place with that last jump. Looked like they're looking for a couple. Not actually sure entirely how they're doing those 4th jumps. Not sure if everyone gets it or you have to be certain threshold. Sometimes it is you need a certain distance in order to be granted that 4th jump.
That's Bergen up front, followed by
See them talking right there. I believe at least one of these athletes has yet to take a second attempt. So we'll see how things shake out once they're done with their conversation.
Bergen and Lovett, and I believe it's Spear. Wait and see. Yep, that was Thurlow.
Does not look like they're closing the pit down just yet.
Followed by Houston.
So we imagine we will get some
LF
more jumps out of today.
All in a row, pretty tight. Here on this back straight. Maybe Thurlow making a move around Lovett.
Just saw National North an attempt over at shot put.
Definitely a hard move to make on that part of the team, but she worked for it.
I believe that was Dominic.
Part of the race.
His first throw, 32 feet 3.5 inches. That throw was 32 feet 9.5 inches.
Bergen 152.09.
Again, we'll jump back to long jump if we see anything going on, but right now, we got a clear view of shot put, or as clear as we're going to get from this angle. Up now, Colby Smith of Merrimack. His first throw was a foul. See what this one gets measured as. Does indeed look to be measured.
Over to the boys.
Good toss.
We have 5 heats here.
And that's good for 8th right now. 36 feet half inch for him.
I was just looking at it. There's 7 heats of girls. And there's 9 heats of guys. Yep.
Jacob Wallace of Keene. His first attempt, 37 feet 5 inches. Gets another measurement for throw number 2.
Boys 600, we have Jonathan Ross of Summersworth. Jackson Nito.
On your mark.
Looks like we may have a little more long jump action to go. See Kaylin there with her second attempt. First attempt, as a reminder, was a foul. She's got a mark here.
Second, but you can take a look at how long jump is going over with Greg Hall on his live stream.
So legal mark there, 13 feet 1 inch. Puts her in 13th right now. She's not jumping alone, though. We also have Bridget Jones of Hollis Brookline. Foul just a little bit there over. I think it's going to be these two getting their jumps in, so we'll be kind of rapid succession here between the two. So back up to Kaylin, Nashua North freshman. She should be next. Looks like they might give a quick second in between jumps. Making sure when it's just the duo, they're not overexerting back to back. So again, her last jump, 13 feet 1 inch. That was a foul for her. And then back to Bridget Jones, freshman of Hollis Brookline. And she will take her second attempt. That one's good for a mark. Ten feet 5 inches for her. She's got one more jump. Be our final jumper. All right, Jones officially called. She's on the runway now. Final jump here. Unless she pops a real good one. That's a clean mark.
Can I please have all 3 undefeated girls runners?
As they get that measured, 11 feet 2 inches. That's going to conclude our long jump. Does look like we've got. So we can take a look at that. So Logan just had an attempt, 39 feet 4 inches. Good for fourth. This is Nicholas Merrimack. 37 feet 6 inches was his first attempt. This is his second attempt, currently sitting in 7th. Spin there. And his toss, 39 feet 7.5 inches. That moves him into 4th. Take a look at second place now. Second based on his first throw, 40 feet 9.5 inches. This is Noah of Nashua North, senior. Again, his last 40 feet 9.5 inches. Our leader right now, 48 feet 8 inches. That's Darius Smith. So Noah with a 39.11. And now we do get to turn our attention to Darius Smith. Again, leading things early in the boys' shot put. This will be his second attempt. First good 48 feet 8 inches. See if he can make an improvement on that. Doesn't look too happy with it, but does exit out the back. Those not familiar means he will allow it to get measured. Sometimes if shot putters aren't happy with it, throwers aren't happy with their attempt to walk out the front, which will fault them. 47 feet 8 inches, so still a good throw, about a foot behind his previous though.
Below 300-meter, please check in at this time.
Let's take a look at Nicholas of Merrimack now. His last throw, 28 feet 6 inches. This is going to be his third attempt. So again, he's looking to improve upon 28.6, and he does so. 30 feet 4.5 inches. Take a look now at Andrew of Merrimack, sophomore, entering the circle. Little bounce at the end. His mark from earlier, 29 feet 5 inches. And he beats that considerably. 32 feet 6 inches now. That actually moves him up into 16th place. And we'll turn our attention to 14th place. Currently, that's Dominic of Nashua North. 32 feet 9.5 inches on his last. Best on the day for him. Dominic, 32.6.5. His best coming from his second throw. 9.99 meters. All right, Colby Smith now up, sitting in 8th spot. His last throws is only marked one, 36 feet and half an inch. Looks like we have a legal mark here. I take that back. Looks to be a foul for Smith. Jacob of Keene. Second attempt was his best, 38 feet 10 inches. See him sitting in that 6th spot. And Jacob's third throw, 36 feet even. So still resting at that 38-10 for him. Isaiah Nash, Newport, sophomore. Second attempt was best thus far, 38 feet 9.5 inches. His first throw was 38 feet 1.5 inches, and he's taking his third throw now. .33 feet 1 inch. Second throw was his best, 38 9.5. We've got Deshaun Bailey of Summersworth now entering the circle. 32 feet 11.5 inches was his best, is his best. We'll see how this one measures up. Good height on it. 30 feet 7 inches, so second throw was his best throw.
Down the wire. He come down the wire.
Now got Ethan Martin of Merrimack. His third throw. First was his best, 32 feet 3.5 inches. See what he can do on throw number 3.
Spina doing all the work. 134.88. Dijak 135.57. Souza 137.51.
And a foul for him.
Now throwing
Move on to Logan Hill. 33 feet 4.5 inches was his previous toss. Currently his best on the day.
and Allen 147. Now we move on to the final heat. We got two guys under 130, well under, according to the set time, at 127. McNair and Ruger. McNair from National North and St. Thomas from Ruger from St. Thomas. So it's Ryan Manos from National North.
35 feet 8.5 inches for Logan. That is an improvement. Pushes him up to 9th place.
Mason Ruger of St. Thomas. Caden Foran.
Over a 2-foot improvement from his second to third throw. We'll now take a look at third place. Zariel of North. His last attempt, best attempt on the day, 39 feet 10.5 inches. See if he can crack it into 40.
Now the final heat of the boys 600.
All your mom.
The 300s.
And the Titan does improve things. 43 feet 9.5 inches for him. Huge jump from his previous 2 throws. That pushes him into second place now with his third throw. And we'll move on down to 5th place, Logan Briggs. His best throw was his first, 39 feet 6.5 inches.
He's on pace for
See if he can also join the 40-plus club for the day.
Yeah, he's not winning. He's just going for it. All on his own. He's doing what Michael Reynolds did this morning. 58, so he just did 28.30. Now on pace for 126.
And Logan's mark improves. 40 feet even. Pushing him up into 4th place. Now 5th, Nicholas of Merrimack. His best last throw was 39 feet 7.5 inches.
That's Mamos with a really strong kick to outkick McNair. Looks like Monroldi's also going to catch him too. So look to see. Nobody was able to get under 130. So Mamos gets it 131.28. Arnoldi 131.7.
He's also knocking on the door of that 40-foot mark.
Foran 132.42.
38 feet 6 inches on that throw.
McNair 132.47. Sugianto
All right, folks, next up on the track.
133.40. Yeah, McNair.
Noah of North will be next, currently in 3rd. His best throw, 40 feet 9.5 inches.
There is no break line. So those of you in the Athletes Village in the long lane 6,
300 meter dash.
please help us out by taking a step back, please.
Great for those
Take the step
long
back.
sprinters. So Cheyenne Hannum of Newport, Valencia Alvar of St. Thomas, Rachel and Ken Rooster from Conant in lanes 4 and 5. And there are 7 heats of the girls 300.
Noah's third throw, his best throw, 44 feet 11 inches, pushes him to second place. And go back to our leader here, Darius Smith of North, the senior. His first throw, 48 feet 8 inches, is his best on the day. We get a crowd gathering in front. Apologies on the view. Again, our main focus today was on that long jump. We will kind of shift some focus throughout the season. At least that's our goal right now.
Couple 44s, 45s, couple 46s. Lots of girls in the 47s.
There are 7 heats of the girls 300.
So, really tight group in 300. So, it's going to be tough competition throughout.
49 feet, 5.5 inches. That's his best throw thus far.
Zaldivar, Wooster, and Wooster.
Improves his mark for his #1 spot.
Looks Panem is looking to be a pretty good candidate to take this heat. Looking strong, but it's going to come down to that second turn. As Zaldivar's not too far behind.
Looks like we might be sorting out some fourth throws now, if that's going to happen. Imagine it will.
Yeah, so Panem just about to get in there.
As we wait, we'll take a look back.
Zaldivar right behind her.
This is New Hampshire Track and Field, powered by Marathon Sports. We are at Plymouth State University. This is the George E. Davis track, as you can see. Our field events is just shot put remaining. Track events, looks like we are on the girls 300. You can tune in to that live stream. But we got a new name popping up, so it looks like Jacob Wallace might be ready for his fourth throw. Jacob of Keene, Jr.
Attention boys, 300 meter. Boys, 300 meter. Please return to the seating table. We are reseating this event. Please take the sticker off. Please put it in the trash can. We'll be issuing you a new one in just a moment.
Jacob's best attempt was his second, 38 feet 10 inches. See what his fourth throw has for him.
Only 1 heat for girls and 2 heat for boys.
32 feet 10.5 inches for him. So his second throw will be his best on the day, 38 feet 10 inches. Next, I imagine we'll get Nicholas of Merrimack, currently ranked 5th. Looks like we're going to do this from 6th up for their fourth throws. And he gets his throw off. His best going into this would be 39 feet 7.5 inches. That happened on his second throw.
And this is going to be taken by Marquis of Sanborn.
And excuse me, that was actually Colby Smith there. 34 feet 11.5 inches.
5, Nihon, 57,
Now we'll go to Isaiah Nash of Newport, the sophomore. His best throw, 38.95 coming into it.
McQuaid, 107.15, and McCarthy, 127.18. Round out that heat.
38 feet 6 inches for Nash. His best throw will be that second one. Moving back up to our third position now. Zariel North. His last throw, throw number 3, was his best so far, 43.9.5. Needs to improve by over a foot to move up a spot. Not unheard of, obviously, for shot put. And Zariel's final attempt, 42.11.5. Not quite as good as his third, but good to see another one of them in the 40-plus range. Logan Briggs of Nashua North.
there with this heat. Martin takes it
His last throw is his best, 40 feet.
Siska, 54.46. White, 56.91. Batisti, 57.41. And Wishart, 60.30. This heat we have Amu of Merrimack, Bachhover of Co-Brown, Manning of Co-Brown, Nichols of Paul Spliffline,
Logan's forced throw.
and Candell of Merrimack.
Again, looking to beat 40 feet even.
Right on through. We're already on heat 4 of
And he
7.
does. 40 feet, 11.5 inches for Logan's fourth throw. We'll go ahead and this time take a look at Nicholas's fourth throw. Previously called him out when it was his teammate. So his best going into it second, his second throw, 39 feet, 7.5 inches. Doesn't seem like he loved it. See what it comes back as, though. 36 feet, 2.5 inches, so his second will be his best. Speaking of second, we're going to go ahead and look at second place right now. This is Noah Nashua North. His fourth throw. Again, his third was his best, 44 feet, 11 inches. Looking to improve upon that mark.
Yeah, she looks really good. It's going to be Co-Brown who takes it. It's going to be Delaney Manning. Manning takes it 49.33. Amu right behind, 49.67. Candle, 49.94. Great time for just unfortunately locking up at the end of that turn. Vancouver, 50.66.
44 feet, 4 inches. Not quite as good as his third throw, but still another toss in that 40-foot range. So, again, consistency this early in the season always feels good.
We're right on to the next. Ben of South Keegan.
Take a look now at Darius Smith, our current leader of Nashua North.
And Bauer of Monadnock.
49 feet, 5.5 inches is what he has coming into this throw. See, that's the start of the girls' 300 in the background.
That's Ward on the outside, keeping a comfortable lead. We just saw, no matter how comfortable you got on the outside, easily get caught in
49 feet, 7 inches for Darius Smith. That is his new best on the day. So he will win this one with that throw. Looks like he's going to be knocking on that 50-foot mark this season.
She's closing. That's going to be really close. Let's see. They're going to say Ward still wins at 47.
Believe they will be consistent and stay with just the 4 throws.
Ames, 49.07. Ben, 51.55. Bauer, 56.89. Two more heats in the girls' 300.
So looks as though all of our field events are now in the books. Getting on the track right now, we've got our girls 300. This is Heat 6 kicking off. You should check out that stream or replay at this point if you're not watching live. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our field event stream as the field events are no more.
Coach of Andrews, want to know if he's running the 3.
So once again, this is New Hampshire Track and Field, powered by Marathon Sports. Coverage today brought to you by Stitches NH. Hope you all appreciated this bonus stream. Try and cover field events as much as we can when we can. We had a slight opportunity this afternoon, so we took advantage of it. Thank you for checking out the content. We look forward to doing more for you all. Catch you next time.